My best friend, 𝗵𝗵𝗽𝗁, who always swears she'll never marry, goes with me to the fertility clinic and suddenly snatches away the donor profile I choose. That's when I know she has come back to life too. In my previous life, I wanted a mixed-race baby, so I chose the IVF route. Sienna mocked me, saying I'd just be raising someone else's child. But 2 weeks later, I was taken to the royal palace of Valoria. It turned out the donor I picked was none other than the Prince of Valoria, a man of 8 national lineages. He not only insisted on marrying me as his princess but also promised that our child would inherit the throne. The baby and I were cherished by the entire royal family, so much so that the jewels they draped over me nearly bent my back. Meanwhile, Sienna flaunted her extreme feminist stance and offended business partners. In the end, she was fired and blacklisted across the industry. Sienna spent all her savings on a plane ticket to attend my party, where I would introduce my baby to everyone. But when I went to welcome her, she crushed my son to death in her hands and splashed concentrated acid on me. You don't deserve such good fortune, you worthless witch. But when I opened my eyes again, I had gone back to the day I asked her to go with me to the fertility clinic. I really want a mixed-race baby. I'm calling dibs on this biracial donor. 𝗵𝗵𝗽𝗁, who had always sworn she'd never marry or have kids, suddenly shoved me aside so hard that I couldn't even get near the tablet with the donor profiles. Seeing how keyed up she was, I knew she had come back to life too. I stared at her fingers clamped around the tablet and kept quiet. She rolled her eyes at me. What? It's just a donor. It's not like there aren't 100 more. Try being a supportive friend for once. This donor's bio is vague. I'm doing you a favor. If her grin hadn't stretched to her ears, I might have believed her. I shook my head, something finally clicking into place. You know what, Sienna? You're right. Having a kid is a waste of my life. I'm not doing this. She squinted at me. Seriously? But you only wanted a baby because you knew. She thought I had found out who the donor really was. But the truth was, I had only wanted to carry out what my mother had asked me to do. I had no idea that particular donor was 𝗵𝗵𝗽𝗏, the Prince of Valoria. Sienna's eyes went wide, as if she had uncovered a big secret. Color rushed to her cheeks. The staff blinked at me. Ms. Bennett, you paid $30,000 as a deposit to reserve today's slot. If you cancel and rebook later, the deposit will be $100,000. Are you sure you want to? I'm sure, I said, cutting her off. Hearing that, Sienna immediately told the staff to bring over the contract. The clinic usually walked patients through the IVF basics and risk disclosures, but Sienna waved it all away. It's just a baby. I have a feeling my baby's father is a very big deal. Once I have his child, I'll be set for life. I almost laughed out loud. Of course, I knew why she was that confident. In my previous life, I picked that donor. 2 weeks later, Andre found me and whisked me off to a wedding the tabloids dubbed the event of the century. Meanwhile, Sienna's life slid downhill year by year. She chalked it all up to luck and timing. So, this time around, the first thing she did was snatch the donor I had once chosen, determined to become the Princess of Valoria herself. Sienna signed quickly, scrawling her name across every consent form. When she walked out of the clinic, she was already emailing her resignation to our boss. I stared at her in surprise. She smirked. I can feel it. I'm about to hit the pinnacle, and you won't even have a baby now. All you've got is a 9-to-5 job. Enjoy being a workhorse forever. She spun on her heel and headed straight for the luxury mall. Watching that triumphant little strut, I couldn't help smiling too. So, you want to marry the prince, Sienna? Then, I hope when you learn the truth, you can still laugh as loudly as you did today.